beautiful morning to you and welcome to yet another edition of Sports Talk on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Emmanuel Michael and I'm glad to be here this morning to take you through the latest gist coming in from the world of sports. Top on our menu this morning, AFN President assures a podium finish at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Nigeria finished third at African Aquatic Zone 2 Championship. Coming in from the world of football, Rodri pulls out of Spain squad with injury. Details of this and many more will be yours after this short time out.
De
All right, you're welcome back from that short break. And I'll have former Enyimba international player, Mr. Carlo Mba, join me via Zoom this morning. Mr. Carlo, good morning and welcome to Sports Talk on Atlantic Television Network.
Good morning. How's the night?
My night was good, and yours?
Yes, I'm fine.
All right, let's start from the home scene. We'll get back to Mr. Carlo Mba because he seems to be having challenges with his network. Because the National Sport Commission has confirmed that it will embark on an inspection of facilities in Enugu State from October 21st to 24th, 2025 as part of ongoing preparation for the 23rd National Sport Festival tagged the Coal City Games 2026. The inspection of facilities is a crucial step in ensuring standards and that the festival delivers on its promises of being a world-class sporting event that celebrates excellence, unity, and talent development across Nigeria. The inspection team will assess existing infrastructure, review progress on upgrades, and engage with local stakeholders to guarantee that Enugu is ready to host athletes and fans from across the country. The National Sport Festival remains Nigeria's premier multi-sport event, serving as a breeding ground for champions and symbol of national unity. The National Sport Commission reaffirmed its commitment to working hand in hand with Enugu State government to deliver a world-class facilities in time for the game. So, National Sport Commission making giant strides, of course, go and inspect some of the facilities on ground from the Coal City State ahead of the National Sports Commission, ahead of the National Sport Festival that is built to take place in Enugu State. We see how all of this is going to pan out because I tell you, Enugu State, they've been doing a whole lot of things, and of course, preparation started in earnest shortly after the last one at Ogun State, at Abeokuta to be precise. They have also made it very clear that indeed they intend to, of course, surpass the standard that we saw at the last edition in Ogun State. And it begins with inspection of facilities by the National Sport Commission. Now we see how all of this is going to pan out, at the end of the day. But we can tell you that the governor of the state, Peter Mba, he has been talking tough alongside the lawyer, Ekwere Madu, as they bid to host the National Sport Festival. And I can tell you that they are ready, gearing to go, looking at some of the things that have been put on ground thus far. Let's stay away from that because the president of the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, Chief Tonobo Okowa, has reaffirmed the federation's commitment to ensuring Nigeria's elite athletes achieve podium finishes at next year's Commonwealth Games. A press statement signed by Maxwell Kumoye, chairman AFN Media, on October 6, 2025, said Chief Okowa made this known shortly after a strategic stakeholders meeting held in Abuja, where preparations and lessons from the 2025 World Athletic Championship in Tokyo, Japan, were extensively reviewed. According to him, the AFN, in collaboration with its sponsors and with continued support from National Sport Commission, will provide athletes with the necessary backings in terms of training, welfare, logistics, and other essential needs. Okowa emphasized that efforts are underway to fulfill promises made to the athletes ahead of the upcoming Commonwealth game. He noted that with the right support, the abilities of Nigerian athletes are never in doubt, and urged them to remain patient as the Federation finalizes key agreements. He added that the federation is determined to perform even better, particularly with the current form of top athletes such as Favour Fili, Tobilola Amosun, Udodi Owuzurike, Ezekiel Nathaniel, Sunday Israel Okon, and of course Chukwuebuka Enekwechi. All right, big statement from coming in from the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, and the chairman media committee of the AFN, is also one man that have been doing great job out there for giving the public the relevant information regarding the Athletic Federation's activity. And we see how all of these plans go well as they bid to, of course, continue to maintain their high standard and, of course, fulfill the promises made to the athletes. Of course, they also had to take stock at the performance of Nigerian team in the just concluded World Athletic Championship. We'll see how all of this will go, but then it's been more like a turbulent time for the Athletic Federation for some of the few months ago, where we see some of our athletes switching allegiance, and all of that. But then the Athletic Federation are committed to ensuring that the welfare of our athletes is prioritized. And this is what we want to see, this is what we want to hear, so that at least our best legs in the world of athletes will remain committed. And of course, whenever they go out to represent the country, we'll be rest assured that they are going to come back with great stuff out there. The lives of Tobilola Amosun have been very, very impressive. And I tell you, the AFN, if they do more, these athletes will even continue to, up their ante as they continue to do the country proud. Away from that, Team Nigeria wrapped up their campaign at the 2025 African Aquatic Zone 2 Championship with a total of 32 medals as the three-day competition came to a close at the Batman Sport Complex in Accra. The young Nigerian team placed third with 32 medals, including 10 gold, behind Senegal and host Ghana. The host nation's junior team, made up of 12 swimmers, finished second overall with 43 medals, just behind Senegal, who topped the standings with 31 medals, including 11 gold. Ghana also had 10. Nigeria's Edin Damuje Abili was crowned best male senior swimmer. Yes, in that very one, after bagging 8 medals. He was followed by Leon Lamille Vision from Senegal, who claimed 7 medals. And of course, Ghana's Karl El Ndiamwa, who secured 5 medals in that very order. Impressive display from the aquatic team of Nigeria as they continue to, take us to the heights and the pinnacle of sports. Whenever they go out to represent us, it is always good to see them coming back, smiling. Finishing third is not a bad one at all, if you ask me. Let's talk basketball on the show this morning. West African basketball powerhouse Hoops and Reed Basketball Club of Lagos have emerged champions of the 2025 CDS Unity Basketball Cup after defeating Police Baton Basketball Club in a thrilling final at the National Stadium, Surulere. Despite fielding a B team for the tournament, the Lagos Giants edged past their determined opponent 55-52 to claim the prestigious title and extend their dominance in the regional basketball scene. The match was fiercely contested from tip-off, with Police Baton starting from their first quarter before losing momentum in the second, allowing Hoops and Reed to open up a 29-20 lead at halftime. By the third quarter, the 2024 NBBF Men's Premier League silver medalists tightened their grip, stretching the scoreline to 43-29. Police Baton mounted a late comeback in the final quarter, but their efforts fell just short as Hoops and Reed held firm to secure hard-fought 3-point victory in that very championship. And it is an impressive outing for Hoops and Reed, who came second last time out in the Nigerian Premier Basketball League. And we say very big congratulations to Hoops and Reed for emerging champion. But big stories coming your way from the world of table tennis this morning, because Dr. Adesoji Tayo has been returned unopposed as he pulled 14 votes to become, or rather to be confirmed as the winner in the election held Saturday at the media lobby at Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. Honorable Kamiswa Ahmed Malantakis was elected the vice president. Meanwhile, speaking to reporters after his election, Dr. Adesoji Tayo said he would do his best to take table tennis to the next level, noting that it is between 2 and 3 years with active participation in stiff competition to qualify for the Olympic. Dr. Dayo said the federation will look into the development of the grassroots. According to him, the players currently representing Nigeria in major international tournaments are aging, and the federation is earnestly looking around to find their replacement. Quoting him, he said, we have to stage youth tournaments up north in talent hunt. We are going to organize under 19 I-20 and a senior category in our quest for more talent discovery. So great idea, because the likes of Haruna Quadri, they are aging, and we need new young breed to come take up the baton of leadership, and of course continue to take us high in the world of table tennis. Let's leave the world of table tennis and talk about long tennis this morning, because world number 19, Darian Kasastina, says she is at a break point and has ended her season early, describing the schedule as too much mentally and emotionally. The 28-year-old switched nationality from Russia to Australia in March, having criticized her country's LGBTQ+ laws and the war in Ukraine. She struggled for form this year, failing to win a title and finished with 19 to 21 record. Kasasina said the emotional stress of her nationality switch contributed to her struggles, including not seeing her father for 4 good years. Former top 5 player Elena Vitolina and Paulo Badosa ended their season early in the recent weeks. Other players have also spoken about the impact of tennis calendar. 5 players retired injured in 2 tournaments in China last week, with 6-time Grand Slam champion Iga Swiatek saying the season is too long and intense, filled with a whole lot of matches within one calendar year. So the ATP and the WTA, a lot of injuries, players are complaining. High time that the organizers look into this jam-packed calendar and see how to ease it up, so that some of these players, in fact, all these players can take a rest, take a breather, refreshing up for next season, because a whole lot of injuries we've, of course, experienced, especially this year because of the loaded calendar. This is where we stop from the non-footballing stories. We'll take a quick break. When we are back, we'll try to re-establish, contact with a former Enyimba international player, Mr. Mba Carlo. Don't go away, because I will be back in a jiffy to take you through the world of football. You're still onto Atlantic Television Network. All right, you're welcome back from that short break. You are still onto Atlantic Television Network Sport Talk this morning. And I have with me via the Zoom line former Enyimba international player, Mr. Mba Carlo. Let's talk football on the show this morning because Tunde Sani has been asked to step aside as a technical advisor of Nigerian Premier Football League side, Kwara United. Sani's disengagement was announced after the Harmony Boys lost 1-0 to Abia Warriors in a match day 7 fixtures in Ilorin on Sunday. Assistant coach Asifat Suleiman had been mandated to take charge of the team with immediate effect. Sani has been under intense pressure following Kwara's United early exit from the CAF Confederations Cup. Kwara United suffered a 5-3 aggregate defeat to Ghana's side Ashanti Kotoko in the first round of the CAF Confederations Cup. Mr. Mbakalo, the Kwara United team have, let go of their coach because of the poor outing at the continent because they failed to progress through against Ashanti Kotoko. Do you think that this is a wise decision to let him go when the season is just getting started?
Well, if you ask me, I think it's an early... Hello?
Well, if you
ask me... Can you hear me?
We are with you. Go ahead.
Okay. If you ask me, I think it's too early for them to dismiss the coach. Because probably it was hard because of the continental match, but they were not up to live up to expectation. And now a visiting team all the way from Abia State defeated the Kwara United at home. So I'm really sure that contributed to the sack of the technical advisor. So, nobody really knows the other side of it, what really transpired. But if you ask me, it's too early for the dismissal of the technical advisor. Mr. Tunde is a very good one when it comes to technical, tactical display in the football thing. But surprisingly, the man was dismissed. So, these are one of the things you always see in African football, NPFL. I use Amorim of Manchester United as an example. You can see that the young man is still there battling with Man U, giving him more opportunities and ample time to see if things could change. So if you ask me, I think the 2 matches are not so enough to send him out of the club.
All right, meanwhile, veteran tactician Benga Ogumbote is reportedly in line to become the new technical advisor of Kwara United. Ogumbote is favored to replace Tunde Sani, who was sacked by the club on Sunday. Ogumbote left Shooting Stars before the start of the current season. He has also managed teams like Enyimba FC and Rangers International. Flying Eagles head coach Aliu Zubairu is also reportedly on Kwara's United ladder as they continue to seek for a replacement for the sacked Tunde Sani. Let's step away from that because Enyimba technical advisor Stanley Eguma says his team's poor marksmanship cost them a win against Rivers United on Sunday. A People's Elephant were held to 0-0 draw by Finidi George's men in the Nigerian Premier Football League, match day 7 encounter in Aba. Enyimba dominated a keenly contested encounter but failed to convert their chances. Eguma, however, praised his players for giving their best in the game. Enyimba maintained second position on the Nigerian Premier Football League table despite a stalemate. 9-time champions will take on Kun Khalifat FC in their next game. Mr. Mbakalo, you were there in the stadium because Enyimba is your former team. You were there to, of course, support your team in that match day 7. You saw how everything panned out. But the coach of Enyimba is not satisfied with that 1-0, with that 0-0 draw. And of course, he blamed the missed chances. You were there. Did they create enough chance to have taken all 3 points in that game?
Yes, exactly. But, football is football. I always say it's unpredictable. If the luck is not there for that day, and it's going to be a very difficult one. Yes, anybody did their best. In fact, I was so impressed in their tactical play and all the rest. Yes, in that match, it was really tense, and the stadium was filled to the brim. Everything was there in Aba. People, you know how it is. It's considered a debut match anyway, if you ask, because they are not so far away from each other's home. And we had a penalty that Enyimba claimed that should have been awarded by the center referee, and I think other things that transpired, but it was a good match if you ask me. I've been complaining about scoring goals in MPFL, especially the two teams. It's difficult for them to get goals in matches. It's just seeming to be a new norm in MPFL League. If you look at the league table, Enyimba has played 7 matches and they've just scored 7 goals. And Nasarawa United also on that same page, 7 matches, 7 goals. So you can say we don't have much goals in MPFL. Most seasons, it's something to be worrisome. It affects us continentally because we could not to score goal continentally. So it's a very big issue. The match was a good one. We enjoyed the match, and Rivers United, they were at their best, but the other side, the goal never came. And it's always a happy thing when a away team goes out to get a draw, and it's also a sad one for the home team not being able to win their home matches, because the African mentality is that home team must win. But the narrative has changed because things are improving, So that was how it happened right there in Aba Township Stadium.
All right, moving on, the Flying Eagles head coach Aliou Zubairu has reacted to his team's stalemate with Colombia. The West African held Colombia to 1-1 draw in their last group game at the ongoing 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup on Monday morning. The draw was enough for the Flying Eagles of Nigeria to secure a place in the round of 16, where they will take on Argentina. Kena Gonzalez gave Colombia the lead in just 6 minutes after the break. Daniel Bamiye, however, restored parity for Nigeria in the 86th minute. Zubairu said the target for his team was to earn a place in the knockout round. The round of 16 fixtures will be held on Tuesday, Wednesday, and of course Friday, respectively. Mr. Mba, the Flying Eagles, they have not started this tournament on a convincing note. They lost their first game against Norway, managed to win against Saudi Arabia 3-2, and now drawing 1-1 against Colombia. And the coach said that his target was to reach the round of 16. Is this a very good target, just to reach the round of 16? 2, are you convinced that they are going to go far in this tournament, taking a look at the way they've started very shaky during this group stage?
Well, thank you so much. I'm surprised about this. Saying that a big competition where Nigeria is known as one of the impressive countries when it round of 16, as if that is the final stage of the a very good statement. Well, if you look at the team, they've not been really doing what's thing. And if you ask me, the possibility of that team going far, I'm not seeing it. Is not something to really talk about because just by God's grace, they might move further out of 16 round. But let's see what happens. I always tell you, football is unpredictable. Anything might happen, and they have it all the way, moving to maybe quarterfinal or the rest of it.
All right, we see how it pans out, but let's survey the full picture because Ukraine will take on Spain, while Chile will play host to Mexico, Colombia will take on South Africa, and of course Argentina, like we told you earlier, will take on Nigeria. Paraguay will play host to Norway, while Japan trade tackles against France, and USA will take on Italy. Morocco will lock horns against South Korea. These are the fixtures in the round of 16 at the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Moving on, the Super Eagles camp opened on Monday, 6th of October at the Ranch Hotel in Kolomwani, South Africa. Nigeria head coach Eric Chell and his assistant and backroom staffs have arrived in South Africa City, while the players are expected to be in camp from today via Johannesburg from their different locations in Europe. Training is due to start on Tuesday ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match against Lesotho. Nigeria now in third place and only 3 points off first place Benin Republic and second place South Africa tackle the Lukena of Lesotho at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Kolomwani. South Africa on Friday, 10th October in match day 9 encounter. Before flying down from South Africa to Uyo to battle Benin Republic in a fiery final match for the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifier. Mr. Mbakalo, the Super Eagles camp opened yesterday, and the players are expected to start hitting camp this morning. If you were to be these players, taking a look at how dicey our chances are, what will you advise them to do? Some of them that do not always arrive at camp early.
Well, you know where we are concerning this World Cup qualifier, and it's so unbelievable. You can see as big as Nigeria in the world of football, we are ranking third position on that table. And I just want to remind you that Lesotho, which they are to play next, their home ground is not even in Lesotho. They play inside South Africa, and you know it's a very short distance between South Africa and Lesotho. So all their home matches have been played in South Africa. And you know the rivals between South Africa and Nigeria. Knowing that this match going to be played in South Africa, you believe me and trust me that all the fans in South Africa, they will be in the stadium to support Lesotho because it's going to be a very big impact if we win Lesotho. And you know, based on the ban, match reduction, points reduction given to the South African side, you can see what the table looks like. Having Benin Republic at the top, South Africa second, each of them with 14 points, while Nigeria remaining 11 points. So, if you ask me, Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup is very, very, very dicey because I wonder how Benin Republic will lose their 2 matches and South Africa will also lose their 2 matches. Yeah, I beat my chest and I just wonder the match. Like I always say, football is unpredictable, but this particular one is very difficult to predict. So Nigeria may come back to see how they can remedy the situation, but our chances are, I don't want to say it's so slim, it's going to be really, really, really unbelievable. I see Nigeria not going to the World Cup, and that tells a lot to FIFA and the rest of the world.
It is not done or dusted in the world of football. You can never say never until the final whistle before you can possibly say that it is over. But as we speak, The Super Eagles camp far away in South Africa, rather. The city of Kolomwani opened yesterday, so the players are expected to start hitting camp as early as this morning. We see how all of this pans out, but then South Africa, is where Lesotho are playing their games, not in Lesotho, and that somehow may just be an advantage to South Africans. And just like you heard from Mr. Mba, Benin Republic currently top the group with 14 points plus 4 goals difference. And South Africa sits in second position, the same 14 points, but then plus 3 goals, while the Super Eagles occupy third position with 11 points plus 2 goals. With 2 round of matches remaining to go, if the Super Eagles can win all her 2 games, then hopefully, or praying, and that South Africa drops a point, that is the only way they might just, make it through. If not, if South Africa get to win her 2 remaining games, it is done and dusted for the Super Eagles. But then you can't write off the Super Eagles because football, being what it is very, very unpredictable. Let's head straight to Europe and tell you that Newcastle United legend Alan Shearer was among those to criticize Chelsea's manager Enzo Maresca's red card after the Blues' late dramatic 2-1 win against Liverpool in the Premier League at the weekend. Chelsea defeated Ancelotti's side thanks to Estevão Williams' 96th-minute winner at the Brazilian winner's goal. Rather, the Brazilian winger's goal caused a wide jubilation seen at Stamford Bridge. Maresca was seen as he sprinted down the touchline to celebrate with his players and the home supporters. The Italian was therefore shown a yellow card, and by referee's decision, Anthony Taylor, for jumping out of his dugout, Maresca received his second booking, which led to the red card. And the former Newcastle, great Alan Shearer is among those that the decision to hand him that red card was very, very unfair. The likes of Leboeuf, a former Chelsea player as well, has also criticized the action of Anthony Taylor, the centre ref, to hand Enzo Maresca red card, citing the instances where Jose Mourinho have done similar celebration without receiving a red card. Mr. Mbakalo, yes, different strokes from different folks. Some have said it was right for Anthony Taylor to hand Enzo Maresca a red card after that wild jubilation in that English Premier League tie against Liverpool. What do you make of that decision from the ref? Was it right or wrong to have handed Enzo Maresca a red card just for such a wild jubilation?
Well, we always say we are not there. You don't know what would have been going on before the red card, and the referees, they know best because they are professionals. But sometimes they are also human beings like us. So, like we say, nobody is 100% perfect. And I think red card was a very strict measure. A yellow card would have been just for the caution, and because it's a very high-profile match. So I think that yellow card would have been okay for that offense. So giving a red card seems like there was a backlog of issues before the match. So nobody knows. We were not there. And they referees, they are the best to give you the accurate answer concerning the ball. If you ask me, a red card was a very deep one.
Very deep red card, and Anthony Taylor coming under intense criticism from different angles for handing Enzo Maresca that red card after that late-minute strike from Estevão Williams to hand Chelsea all 3 points against Liverpool. Some have said the referee was wrong, some are of the opinion that the referee was right because Enzo Maresca jumped out of his own dugout to go and celebrate with his team and, of course, the home supporters. But then we see how all of this will go in the evening. When we make a return, we'll do well to dissect some other interesting issues, and of course service some of the early arrivals in the Super Eagles camp. But then time is never a friend to, whenever we are talking sports on the show. In the evening, 6 to 7 p.m., we'll make a return for yet another bumper package of Sport Extraordinary, when we also have much time to take a look at some of the breaking stories coming from the world of sport, in the evening. But I did a show this morning alongside Mbakalo, former Enyimba international player, who joined us via the Zoom. Mr. Mbakalo, I want to thank you this early morning. I had to wake you very early from your bed this morning. I want to appreciate you for, obliging us this moment.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll do this again in the evening when I make a return. My name is Emmanuel Michael, the Prime Minister of the Airways, and I'm saying goodbye. More programs come your way. Don't change the dial. You can also go to our different social media, Atlantic Television Network, and of course follow all our programs.